Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Last week I posted part 1 of a Q&A. I recently hit 5,000 subscribers. Yes! It was so fun to reach that goal, and I put out a call for questions on both my Instagram and on YouTube community, and I answered half of those questions last week. I started going on too long, so I thought I'll split it up and I will try to answer all the rest of your questions in today's video. So I'm going on to YouTube community here, and my first question is from Faith Can See, and she asked me, how did you meet your husband? I believe I answered that in last week's Q&A, but we met at our church, the church that we are still going to today. And how do you guys budget and plan for the future? So I do think it is really important to budget. We're at a point now where our income is very, very similar every single month, and so we know what's coming in every month, and then we from that go on with we're very specific with all our little budget categories. We use the Numbers app on our Mac, and we have a budget for groceries, for household needs, for like things that I want to spend money on, my husband wants to spend money on, for the kids' needs, for the kids' sports, for our tithe and offering to our church. Like, we have very specific budgets for each category, and then we make sure that we stick to that budget that doesn't go above our income. Sometimes it does, and that's when savings come in. But yeah, definitely it is important to budget, and so we're very, like, every single thing we buy, even if it's just a coffee, I will make sure to write that down. Okay, my next question, congrats and love from India. Fun. I have a question. Do you plan to travel anywhere in the near future? This is from Aditya. I'm not sure how to exactly pronounce your name, but do we plan to travel anywhere? We love taking vacations. So much fun. We've gone on quite a few road trips and vacations with our family. No huge travel plans in the near future. We like to go places that work really well with having a young family. So if we were going to invest the money to go like overseas or some like big vacation, we would definitely want to wait until our kids are older, that we can fully enjoy all the touristy enjoyment that there is to be had. So right now, when we're still strapped to naps and, you know, just our kids not having the energy that they'll have as they're older and all that, we're not doing any like big vacations. That we'll wait till they're a bit older that we can really take part in those. But we do definitely go on road trips and camping and just little vacations for now with the age of our family. And then Mariah asked me, do you sleep train your kids? And do you do nursery for church, or do your kids sit with you? If the latter, any tips? All right, do we sleep train our kids? No, we do not. When they get to a certain age, I think there can be some sleep training happen, like once they're 6-9 months old, closer to a year. There's definitely different steps at each stage that you can do to work on them sleeping better. What else did she ask? Do we have nursery? We do have a church nursery. It goes until they turn 3. So in the morning they're in Sunday school once they turn 2, and then for like our evening services, once they're 3, they're not in nursery anymore and they are in church with us. Do I have any tricks or tips? I don't know. Some of my kids right from the get-go were great sitting in church. Some of my kids have a lot more ants in their pants than my other kids. So some of them, they are just good at sitting still, and it's not just church, it's anywhere, whether we're at a doctor's office or whether we're sitting on the couch to read. Some of them will just sit and listen, and they're not really wiggly worms. And then some of my kids just can't stop moving. So that makes it a little bit trickier when it's time to sit still in church. Thankfully in our church, we do have a good amount of like singing time at the beginning where they are like standing up and then they're sitting down and then they're singing, and it's not quite so much like sit still and be quiet. And so then the preaching only is maybe half an hour long, but it's still long enough that, yeah, it is tricky. And at 3 years old, it's tricky once they start sitting in service. Okay, 5 Thrive, or sorry, did I miss one? Okay, Becca asked me, congrats on 5,000. What province in Canada do you live in? We are in Ontario. And then she said, what kind of fun things do you like to do as a family? We really enjoy spending time as a family, and we really enjoy going out and doing things that are our whole family. Like when Andrew and I were first married and we had our first 2 or 3 kids, we did everything together. Like Andrew needed to run out and do something, we would all go and we'd make a trip of it. I needed to go somewhere, we would all go, and it was just easy for us all to hop in the car and go out. But now that we have 5, we're definitely parting ways a lot. Like Andrew will take some of the kids to their certain event, or I'll take the kids, or we don't often go out all together as a whole family unless it's some like family get together or church. So anything we can do all together is a lot of fun. We love vacations, as we talked about, like vacations and like fairs and going to the beach and different things we can do all together are a lot of fun. At home, we really enjoy having game nights. We'll do this sometimes on a Friday night and pull out our games, and those are really a lot of fun. We really enjoy spending time together. Okay, and then 5 Thrive asked me, did you always want a large family? As I said in my part 1 of this Q&A, I grew up in a family with 10 kids, and I really did enjoy that experience, and so I've always wanted a large-ish family. To me, I didn't feel like I want a large family. I thought I want 3 or 4 kids, but to most people that still is a large family. At least where I'm living, 3 kids is a lot, 4 is like crazy, and then 5, I don't even know what to say about 5. The average where I am living now is very low. Like 2 kids is the most that most people have. Anyway, so yeah, I always did want 3 or 4 for sure. I never was one to only want 1 or 2, and if that's all God blessed me with, then I would be thankful for that. But coming from a large family, 1 or 2 was I never wanted only that few children. Okay, I think, I only have 1 more question. Good, I've gone through these pretty quickly today, I think. My last question is, how did you decide to homeschool your kids? Okay, that's a good one to end on. I was homeschooled all the way through. My husband went to a private Christian school all the way through school. And so when we were first married, we thought we'd be sending our kids to private school as well. I really enjoyed being homeschooled. There were times that I wished I went to school, but for the most part I enjoyed being homeschooled. But we had decided early on that we would send our kids to school. And then I don't know when it was that we decided to homeschool. I think Elijah was I don't think he was more than 2 when my husband was the one that was like, I really think that we should homeschool our kids. And my first reaction was like, really? Like, I thought we had decided we weren't going to. And then we talked about it a bit, and he said, no, I really think it would be best for our kids if you're okay with homeschooling them. Like, I really think that would be the best choice. And so then I had to really pray about it and think about it, and realize that, yes, I think it actually is the best for our kids. And I think I was being selfish in my desires. Not that you're selfish to send your kids to school by any means, but for me, I thought, I don't want to homeschool. I would love to just send them away and have that time to myself during the day. And I think I was thinking best for me to send the kids to school. But when I really thought about my children and what would be the best place for them to be educated, I totally agreed with my husband that them staying home and being homeschooled was the best for them. And so we definitely agreed on that. And I have grown to love homeschooling so much more as I've done it. And I think it's one of those things, because I was homeschooled, I thought, I want to do something different. Like, I've never known going to school. So I thought, okay, I'll send my kids to school for something different. You always are curious what the other is like. But as I've started homeschooling and homeschooled over the few years I've done it so far, I have really come to enjoy it and love having my kids at home and teaching them at home. So that is all my questions for today. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask them to me in the comments and I will respond, or maybe do a video if it's a topic that I think I can do a video solely on. Thank you guys so much for watching and for joining my channel, and this is totally a team effort getting my channel to 5,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.